The CGA Tour, a podcast unlike any other. Now your host, Calvin Alexander.
Welcome back to the CGA Tour podcast. I'm your host, Calvin Glen Alexander. And on this episode of the podcast, I'm joined by the Big Three in OKC, hence the name of the title, of course. So Zev Stein, Walter Ragnich, and Joel DeNicolo. How's it going, guys?
Doing good.
Pretty good. Lakers on 3-game winning streak. Y'all like that?
Yeah. Shout out to RJ Barrett for truly proving how good the Knicks can be over the Celtics. That was I don't know if you guys saw that. That was a couple minutes ago tonight. That was an incredibly awesome into a game.
Calvin,
Celtics blew a 25-point lead.
You tricked me. I thought we were doing a catch-up episode.
I'm so sorry, Walter. Make sure to tease it only like 7,000 times.
I will. Critically acclaimed, I might add. Catch-up.
Critically acclaimed.
I know we took December off, but we're coming back, baby.
We're coming back. Come back strong.
Yep.
All of our parents have said critically acclaimed. They love it. So
yep, exactly.
No biased opinions there at all. Well, on this episode of the podcast, though, of course, we're talking about the NBA. So we're covering several different topics here, but going to talk about biggest surprising, biggest upside teams and favorite rookies to watch, as well as other comparisons on what some teams should do in the West and East. So with that being said, Joel's wearing an Oklahoma State hoodie. So he's clearly trying to be on the good side here of the CJ Tour podcast. And I got to ask Joel so far here. How's it going?
Well, good. I heard there was a milestone that CGA hit, and I'm just trying to, really push that raise, the opportunity. So is it
for
working?
Sure. Yeah. So
he gets enough PTO, Calvin. I don't think he needs no raise.
Come on, man. I earned it.
Well, there'll be Instagram feed post to follow, but the CJ Tour has hit 20,000 plays. So
salute to you, my guy.
Yeah. So
that's a lot of hard work, a lot of time put in.
Yep, I'll applaud myself here, unorganically. So it's great. Zev cringed. No one else can see that, but thank you. So
out of the 20,000, how much came from the 3-4 in OKC?
I will figure that out one day.
Not as many as the catch-up, which is critically acclaimed.
There are more Big Three OKC podcast episodes than there are the catch-up episodes. So I think it's still going to be the Big Three OKC. Big Three in OKC has one podcast episode that was recorded about a year ago. It was about January or February. I can't remember exactly. That has like 120 plays compared to everything else. It's like way more than every other episode. So kind of interesting.
Did Joel and I get into a fight in that
That's
episode?
That's what I was about to say. It must have been one of those heated
exchanges. We got into a fight.
Maybe we had a little, Skip v. Shannon, Skip v. Stephen A. Or Max v. Stephen A. now, or what? Stephen A. just is by himself now too. So yeah,
I think his show is called Stephen A. versus the World.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, is First Take still a deal? Or Stephen A.'s on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. Who's he battling there? Is it still Max
Usually Perk.
Yeah, no Max. It's usually on Mondays. I know he tries to give Michael Irvin a stroke. That's usually they usually talk Monday until he tries to, like I said, crap on the Cowboys until Michael Irvin just dies. I don't know. And then usually it used to be Christian Fridays with Tebow. I remember that. I don't know if they're still doing that now. College football's over. And, of course, Tebow is now referred to Lincoln Riley, so you can't even, I'm referring to Tim Tebow, not Tebow Lincoln Riley new nickname.
Okay. Gotcha.
Zev, you look like you're confused on that. Did you not know Lincoln Riley's new nickname?
Oh.
It's Tebow. It's the B out west. I won't bleep it because I know we're live.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go, Joel. It's a good nickname for him.
The more I know.
We got to do a podcast episode at least about football and all of the Big 12, OU, OSU, and everything at some point.
And you can get my full take on it on the catch-up.
There we go. All right, that was the first tease.
Walter's been stressing the hell out lately about all this negative OU news, man. We're gonna have whole new coaching staff, new players. Don't know who the quarterback is. You guys are in shambles. Oh
of course, I'll give my full opinion when it's time to do so about college football. But I will say this: the coaching staff at Oklahoma next year will be better than the coaching staff it was this year. I'll just leave it at that. Calvin, back to you.
All right. Well, with that wild piece of information that I so adamantly disagree with, just because it's such an uphill battle for the first year with the new quarterback.
I didn't say the team was going to be better. I said the coaching staff was going to be better, Calvin.
But I mean,
And
how
you
do you measure how do you measure the coaching staff by the team success?
Not necessarily.
Do you measure by player enthusiasm?
I'm just saying the
They were
Dave
more excited
Aranda
to play.
coaching staff is phenomenal, and their first year they were terrible. They had like 3 wins, but they were still a great coaching staff. So it's not all judged on wins and losses.
My whole opinion would be we'll know in a couple of years. We won't know in the first one.
And as Ted Lasso says, he doesn't define success as wins and losses, just making those guys the best players they are on and off the pitch. Well, Ted Lasso for you.
Thank you. I'm an avid Ted Lasso fan. I've fully watched every single episode. But with that being said here, I'll still come back to Joel here. I'll ask him first. So we'll go around here and just kind of answer. But who has surprised you guys more this season so far, and like how good they've been, how bad they've been? But first, we're going to talk about how good they've been, of course. Suns or the Warriors? Joel, what do you think?
Oh, easy. Warriors, hands down. Come on, guys. I mean, we're talking about a Warriors team that is, number 2 in the West, when last year they were a play-in team. And then on top of that, I mean, we're still talking about a team that's looking so dang good. And Klay Thompson hasn't even come back. Sounds like he's going to make his first appearance. Or Wiseman. Sounds like he's going to make his first appearance in what? It's been two and a half years?
Yeah. 2.5 years.
2.5 years, and he's going to come back. Sounds like this weekend. So, yeah, salute to the Golden State Warriors for getting it done. Obviously, Steph Curry is playing at literally an MVP level once again. So I think that's a no-brainer. Warriors. Obviously, the Suns were in the finals. They finished last year at number 2 seed. Of course, you know they're number 1 seed right now. So I can't say there's a lot of major surprise there. They didn't have a major roster turnover or coaching changes of any sort. So, yeah, Warriors hands down.
The reason why I kind of bring this up, though, is a little bit on the injury side of it, is that the Suns have, knock on wood, of course, Booker's been out for a little bit, but they've actually been able to ride the injury wave really well compared to how you would think a Chris Paul and just an NBA team roster would be as a whole.
They've also kind of escaped the health and safety protocol nightmare. I mean, DeAndre Ayton's been out for a little bit, but they haven't had like a whole bunch of problems like other teams have.
That's true.
Yeah, it's been really, really nice. Also, I mean, this won't be the last time I mention him, but the Warriors have 3 guys who are top All-Star voting, and the third guy is Andrew Wiggins, when I think of it. Of course, the second guy is Klay Thompson, which is bizarre because, like Joel said, he's been out of the league for 2.5 years, just trying to get back from injury status. But yeah, Wiggins is up there. He is, Western Conference front court voting. He's 5th, or excuse me, he's 4th. And actually, I'm so sorry. I just completely blanked. Draymond Green somehow made the list too. I don't know why, but he's 5th there. We're talking about a Warriors team that has 4 guys in in the top All-Star voting for the Western Conference. So like top 4 out of 20, for going through it. Yeah, it's really been good so far.
Wiggins has found kind of that right fit on the right team. I was going to
say the same thing. It's really good to see a number 1 pick finally get in there.
You got traded in the in the COVID season, the pandemic season. And then last year was just kind of crazy with the crammed in schedule and all that. And now he's playing on both sides of the ball. I really think playing alongside Draymond Green, he's adapted and really improved defensively, being a great 2-way player. And filling that void on the scoring side as well with Klay Thompson still not in the lineup. So yeah, he's looking dang good this season.
Well, on the other side of it, Walter, I gotta ask you here. We've got 2 teams that I think one team we still don't like, right? As Thunder fans. I mean, I've got the flag and of course the shirt on here, but the Trailblazers or the Pacers, which has surprised you more about being as bad as they have been this season?
I think I'm gonna go with the Pacers, just because you say with the Trailblazers, well, they kind of have a good year and then they kind of have a bad year, and then on top of that, bringing in Chauncey Billups and just kind of mixing that up. I was completely surprised about the Pacers. I was totally expecting them to compete probably in the 4 or the 5 spot. They've got Sabonis, they've got LeVert, they've got Brogdon. Just now they're talking about just blowing the whole thing up. It's kind of just weird how quickly that's turned, especially when they've got a better coach, or supposedly a better coach, Rick Carlisle, and now all of a sudden you're talking about blowing the team up.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's interesting that both teams, of course, have new head coaches to the team, but the one who's a brand new head coach, and has Billups been a coach before or not? I don't think this is his first time.
He's been an
coaching,
assistant,
right?
but not a head.
Yeah, so for the Trailblazers, I kind of go, okay, well, 14 wins and 23 losses isn't exactly where I'd put you, but they are in, all seriousness, they're 4 games back from being the 6th seed or so, whereas the Pacers here, as I look it up, they're 7 games back, so we're kind of splitting hairs here from the 6th seed. But when I think about it as a whole, like Rick Carlisle comes into a system where they have Sabonis, who's, all-star. They have other guys, Malcolm Brogdon, plenty of other guys on the roster where I go,
Miles Turner.
Miles Turner, great one as well, too. And then kind of like the Trailblazers, it's like, okay, well, yeah, they have Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum and Nurkic, but Damian Lillard's been out for a while.
Yeah.
So,
Trailblazers lost a whole lot of people in the offseason, too. So
I can't leave the segment, though, if we're going to talk about the Pacers. How about Lance Stevenson? Oh, my
dude, it's so good to see making him dance, Lance, back in the game.
Straight points in the first quarter. What? That was epic. I know they lost the game, but that was epic, man. That was epic. I was digging that.
It's good
to see.
So good to see. I mean,
Walter, not a Lance Stevenson fan. Got nothing, Lance. Yeah,
no.
Make him dance.
Right. Yeah, Lance make him dance. Blowing in LeBron's face,
blue in LeBron's ear. That's still like my favorite all-time Lance Stevenson moment.
Or when Westbrook did the guitar on him, that was pretty fun.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty good. First guy ever in the NBA to come off the bench and score 20 in a quarter.
Really? 20 straight. 20 straight.
20 straight.
Mm-hmm.
I think 20 points in 6 minutes, too. I mean, he just lit it up.
Like Tracy McGrady level.
Now, remind me, he's on a 10-day, right? Or if they...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so it could be short-lived.
Depends on what they decide to do at the trade deadline. I mean, you guys think, well, in follow-up to this, do you guys think the Pacers or the Blazers will be buying or selling at the deadline?
Blazers seem like an organization that is more willing to do the mid-season stuff. The Pacers seem like an off-season changes kind of team.
That's a great point. I agree 100%. That's great. That's a great point.
It's just kind of hard to tell because the Blazers, it's all relying on if Damian Lillard finally says, I want out. I think if he goes up there and he says he wants out, they're going to find a way to get him out. But there's also talks about doing the CJ McCollum, but I guess he's hurt now, so you can't trade him for Ben Simmons right now, can you?
I honestly don't know if Daryl Morey would do that trade right now, even if McCollum is fully healthy, just because you'd want Lillard, of the two. But also, to make the salaries match is kind of tough with CJ.
Mm-hmm.
They got to send some more stuff. So, the Blazers do at that point. So, kind of a weird deal with it. Following from that one, though, we still got to talk about De'Aaron Fox. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say about Damian Lillard, obviously, man, he's obviously struggling really bad this year. And I really think it was a topic in the offseason. It's obviously carried into this season. And it's one of the top stories in Portland, of course, is what's going on with Damian and the Portland Trailblazers. How long is that going to last? And I really think it's weighing on him. I know he wants to come across as that loyal, committed guy. Obviously, Portland's one of the smaller markets in the NBA. Mm-hmm. And I know we brought it up last year. I think it was actually one of our topics from Calvin, talking about, hey, when's it time to blow it up? And we were talking about it last year, and here we are, and they're hurting right now. And I really think Damian, he wants to be a part of the solution and bring him back, in the top half of the Western standings. But it's not happening. It's not happening at all. And I really think there's going to be trade, like Zed was saying, midseason. CJ McCollum, but maybe even Dame. Might see Dame on the move this year.
Dame would look good in a Thunder jersey.
They will try to send McCollum or Nurkic first, and if those two don't work out, I think then they would try to go for Dame.
Yeah,
we can trade Derek Favors for Damian Lillard. I'd like to steal.
That's exactly what the Thunder need is another point guard who's undersized.
Oh man, I love the point guard trio. I love it with Schroeder, Paul, and SGA, and I love it with SGA, Lillard, and Giddey. Giddy up.
This is Damian Lillard's worst shooting season of his career, and he's been
Yikes.
in the NBA 10 years.
Yikes.
The worst of his career is happening right now. I think there's some parallels there. I think he's out, whether it's midseason or at the end of the season. The relationship's going to end really soon.
I don't know what I don't know what the Blazers really see going forward here, because they signed Norman Powell, who's a small forward, but who's 6'3", so that they've got a lot of work to do there. What, Zev? You don't think Norman Powell's a small forward?
I just didn't realize that he was 6'3". That's crazy.
Yeah, he's just not a big. I mean, who knew putting another undersized guy next to other guards who are undersized wouldn't work out that well?
Taller.
Yeah. It makes him look taller for sure. But at the same point, it's not working out.
It's making me realize that Toronto really got the better end of the deal getting Gary Trent.
Oh, yeah, man. Gary Trent's a player. I love some Gary Trent. We'll take him in LA.
Right.
You want
anybody at this point?
You want Kim Bazemore?
Yeah, trade him Taylor Horton Tucker, who you guys think's going to be great. You didn't realize you had Jared Dudley 2.0, did you?
No, don't.
I told you you had Jared
Dudley on THT. I know.
Oh my goodness.
I know he was a hot topic to jump on board with. I didn't go to that level of boosting THT, man. I think he can't shoot. He can't shoot, man. He's long, athletic. He can make plays happen, but he can't shoot, man. He couldn't shoot at any point in time in his career, and he definitely ain't doing it now.
I remember when you were on the THT train.
Get out of here,
and
man.
I told you he was Dudley 2.0. And I was right.
That's a pretty dang good assessment there on the spot. I got to say, Horton THT is having his best season so far by amount of points scored in a game, but other than that, that's really the only stat he's doing great at. But the rest of his stats actually aren't that much different than he has before. Just his PER is down 2 points, which is not too much to talk about. His field goal percentage isn't too much different, and his free throw percentage is higher, but like by 0.3, or 3 points. So it's not a huge difference here overall, really.
Yeah.
I just think you guys would much rather have Caruso over THT, of course.
Oh my god!
100%.
100%. Heavily missed, man.
Calvin, I'm trying to remember when we went to see him in OKC this last time around. Did THT play a lot? I couldn't remember how many minutes he got.
I don't think so, just because
I don't remember that.
He didn't really.
I mean, LeBron dominated the game as much. Joel, earmuff it. I don't want you to hear this.
Here's
LeBron
the man.
pretty much dominated.
Here's the man.
And that whole front row in front of us all came from Wichita just to see LeBron play.
Really?
Yes, the entire row came.
I think the row behind us. The row behind us, right?
No, the row behind us was open.
That wasn't the game I was at. I think the second game that I wasn't at was what Walter was talking about.
Yeah, the one where we were up in Loud City, the row in front of us, where that one fan was, saying some stuff. Never mind, I won't talk about that.
He was saying some stuff.
Well, things got a little heated, but we ended up becoming best friends with him.
I see.
You heard where I was at for that game? Did you hear where I was at?
Courtside?
Home?
So that was the first game. Obviously, Lakers came twice. For the first game, I was courtside. The second game, I was out in the cold trying to get in the doors, but I couldn't get no cheap tickets.
Oh, no.
It backfired. My game plan, it usually worked out for my Thunder tickets, using all the ticket apps, SeatGeek and all that.
Yeah, those tickets were expensive.
Once the game start, normally, trust me, I've done this multiple times, the ticket prices drop tremendously. But for whatever reason, Lakers at Thunder that Friday night didn't work at all. There was no droppage. Even after I was in the first quarter. The first quarter was over, and I'm outside of Paycom, freezing my butt off with my 3-year-old son, waiting for these tickets to drop, just refreshing my app, refreshing it, and they never dropped. So me and my son bounced, and we left.
Yeah, and then I sent a picture to Joel, and Joel's like, "What the hell? How come I didn't get invited?" I was like, "I just assumed you already had tickets. My bad."
I did, to be honest. That's on me. Yeah.
I think they were still kind of pricey for being up in Loud City.
Yeah, they didn't drop. They were
second or third row from the top of the stadium, and they were $40 a ticket, I believe.
Yeah,
behind the goal.
Behind the goal.
There was nothing cheaper. Even first quarter over, nothing cheaper than $40.
We were so high up that little lightning.
I've never seen that happen.
That lightning OKC logo was covering up the score, and so we had to do this. We had to do that, see the score.
That's the seats I was in.
Man,
I
really need KD or Westbrook to retire so we get that lonely Collison jersey that's up in the rafters of Buddy. It looks so sad.
It looks a lot better than the Clippers retired jerseys.
Tell that to Patrick Beverly.
I will, to his face. He's shorter than I am. What are you going to do?
Calvin, I care about you. Don't do that.
Don't do
I
that.
will not. No, he's
Don't.
from Chicago.
Kneecaps will be gone.
He was getting feisty last night.
There'll be some issues with him and me, I'm sure, if I did. He knows it's a joke. To answer the question, though, I did look it up. Taylor Horton Tucker played 24.5 minutes against OKC on December 10th. And then in the other game against Oklahoma City,
I don't think he played the other game.
He didn't play that game.
Yeah, I think he was hurt.
He was still hurt. For sure he didn't play that game.
Well, there's been 3, though. So the first game, November 4th did not play. And then
those games, the first 2 were kind of close to each other in dates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to find the other one here. But yeah, basically,
October
he didn't play.
27th.
Yeah, he didn't play in either of those 2. He just played in the third game that the Lakers, of course, won, which, I mean, still. Walter knew I was yelling it outside as we were walking out of the arena. I was like, hey, we still got the record. Still 2-1. 2-1.
2-1.
2-1.
Sure do.
There's some Lakers fans just yelling like, yeah, well, what seed are you? Or whatever. And I was like, 2-1. And then I had all the cops just laughing at me. They thought I was hysterical. So that's great. Anyways,
Joel, when's Kendrick Nunn coming?
Man, that's all I'm waiting. I know. I need to figure that out too because he needs to get back in this lineup, man. Even though we're on this little 3-game winning streak, hasn't really been against quality opponents. But that's kind of the waiting game. Hey, let's get healthy. Obviously, of course, Anthony Davis is a big equation, part of that equation. But yeah, I want to see Kendrick Nunn badly.
Now they got rid of Rondo.
Yeah, that was sad. That was sad to see. Obviously, Cleveland. It sounds like he wanted a bigger role, and obviously, it wasn't happening in LA. And Cleveland definitely has that role.
They need a point guard so bad in Cleveland.
Yeah, the point guard injuries that they've had in Cleveland. So, yeah, kudos to him to even want to go to Cleveland. I like that. You know, when some of those markets aren't too appealing. But luckily, they got some wins under the belts. You know, looks like they're going to be. Making
he wanted to go to Cleveland. I thought you just shipped him off.
I mean, we traded him, but of course, Rondo, you don't not tell a champion, hey, where you're going. You're going to talk it out first. So there's some respect in there. There's some respect. So,
yeah. Unlike the Warriors who shipped off Iguodala to the Grizzlies without telling them. He was
I don't think he ever played for him. He never
did. He sat out.
Played for him. Yeah. Then did he get bought out eventually and go to the Heat?
Yeah, he went to or maybe he got traded.
Yeah, he's back.
He got traded to the Heat for Winslow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now Winslow is a Clipper, actually, believe it or not, which is still bizarre. Saw him play the other night. That was weird. I was like, oh, Justice Winslow. Oh, he's in. Okay. Completely forgot. Top 10 draft pick. Not too many years ago. Not 6 years ago.
Duke, right? Winslow went to Duke.
Yeah. He was hoping at Duke too.
I have a potential question for next time, not tonight. But if there was an all-time Duke team versus the all-time Kentucky team,
it depends. Is it in a place where Kyrie Irving can or cannot play?
That's a great question.
Is it in New York?
Damn.
My
question I've been having recently.
My question would be: where's the game? Is it in Cameron with the Cameron Crazies?
Oh, that's a good. Question,
I was thinking about like all-time players that have been in the NBA.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But like, I also want to go like on top of that,
to be neutral.
Okay, so it's in Oklahoma City and Chesapeake Energy, or excuse me, Paycom Arena, right. Paycom Center, right? Well, Paycom Center. Am I getting this right?
I was just thinking of the teams. I'm like, man, this is a good question. We're add it to it so we can talk about it next time.
All right, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do North Carolina too.
I mean,
three teams who would win.
My God, Kentucky'd have John Wall, Fox, Anthony Davis.
Kentucky would win it. The NBA matchup because they had more NBA players. Duke had some studs that were
Christian
in college,
Laettner,
but like not major like killers like that on the NBA level.
Not until later. They'd have Ingram.
I mean, if that's the next name you're going to throw out, I mean, top of your head,
Boogie,
Brandon Ingram,
Kyrie,
Boogie Cousins.
You'd have
Carlos Boozer back in the day.
Chris Durham.
Yeah, so Christian
Williams.
Yeah. With that being said, we'll hash that idea out a little bit more. But
it's a good topic though. Good topic to tackle.
And do a great one. Better than I think my next topic here, which is should the Kings trade De'Aaron Fox?
Walter, I'm surprised you didn't say Luau Deng.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Luau Deng.
So did he.
Sheldon Williams, Luau Deng. Oh man.
Eddie Sutton, Kentucky.
Eddie Sutton.
Oh yeah.
Coach, but
I was about to say, yeah.
You asked a question about De'Aaron Fox, though, Calvin.
Zev, should the Kings trade De'Aaron Fox?
That one.
Yeah,
solid yes.
His contract is so bad.
Yes,
already.
And they're just overloaded at point guard. Oh my god, or just guards in general. It's crazy.
I mean, they should really try to trade Buddy Hield just because he's still 3 more years. He still, I think, could contribute to the right team. De'Aaron Fox.
They'll probably package him with De'Aaron Fox if they trade him.
Can we do Buddy Hield, De'Aaron Fox, or Russell Westbrook? Can we do that?
You wish.
Does that work? Does that work?
You guys are trying to do that with Kuzma and like some others, and I don't think that was
They're trying
happening.
to get Kuzma back?
No, that was the Lakers' original.
Okay. Wait, what?
Yeah, the Kings. We've done enough. We've done a lot of content on the Kings, and just again go back to it.
I would say they definitely should because it's just the floor spacing between Halliburton and Davion Mitchell and all of these people is just not working. And every time I watch it, it's just like the spacing is not great. And I don't know if the two places that I think he would fit in best, although they would be gambles because they've been kind of garbage lately, is Houston and New Orleans. I think he would fit in really well in Houston with Jalen Green. Get 2 really fast, athletic guys, and Jalen Green needs someone who can drive and pass. And I think De'Aaron would be a killer tag along if Zion ever loses weight and gets back into the game.
Add Zion to the team. Duke Team Duke.
Yep. Good old Dukies. But I would love to see a De'Aaron Fox, Zion, Brandon Ingram, Pelicans squad. That would be interesting. I don't know if they have the cap space for that, but I think that Houston could really make it work the best.
I honestly think of the Sixers.
Really?
So they need a point guard.
They need any point guard, yeah.
There's De'Aaron Fox for you. He's not the greatest shooter. We know that. That's not what he's good at. That's why we're talking
but you
about
got Danny Green and Tobias Harris. You just got to drive
and Seth Curry. So basically, you just drive and dish. You have a stable point guard who's there for multiple years, can play alongside Joel Embiid just fine, I think, right? And the trade does work straight up. Ben Simmons for De'Aaron Fox.
That would be the ultimate NBA troll to send Ben Simmons to Sacramento. Oh, goodness.
I think he would try to block the trade. I'm pretty sure he would try to block the trade. Right?
Dude,
this guy wanted to go to the Warriors.
Make him go back to the Australian Pro League. This is getting ridiculous.
He has mental health issues, Zev.
Did I see it right?
Everyone immediately looks at the camera and gave me a face. Yeah, that was great. I got everyone all at once. I mean, Walt, of these guys we're talking about though, if I throw in Zion, if I throw in RJ, De'Aaron Fox, a couple others I'm sure I'm forgetting as well too. Which of these guys should get traded? Would benefit from a different team, different, it's a different change of scenery.
Surprisingly, I feel like we have covered the Kings quite a bit. But I would make two trades. I'd trade Bagley, who's the one that's been demanding the trade the most, and honestly feels like he's earned it because they won't pay him, yet they won't give him minutes to earn another contract because he's not part of the rotation, and then they won't get rid of. So I don't know what's going on there. I would actually trade him to the Thunder. I think the Thunder could be a cornerstone big man for the Thunder. And then honestly, I would see if I could trade Fox for Mike Conley and get Fox on the Jazz. If I was the Jazz, that's kind of what I would try to do.
Just as heads
so
up,
disrespectful to Mike Conley. That's so disrespectful.
A Ben Simmons for De'Aaron Fox and Marvin Bagley trade works.
Really?
So what trade, Calvin?
Ben Simmons for De'Aaron Fox and Marvin Bagley.
Damn.
I don't think the Kings take Ben Simmons back though. I don't think they want to deal with that. So they have to, right?
No.
So
he's just a hot potato. No one really wants to deal with all of that right now.
I'll take him. You want Russell Westbrook for him? I'll take him.
He would have a better plus minus. I'll give you that.
Westbrook had the
turnovers.
first game in a Lakers. He had the first game Westbrook's had without a turnover. Came in a Lakers uniform.
I'm sorry. Is Westbrook not shooting 32% from three, over 40% from the field, giving you 20 points a game? Is that not what you want?
What is his plus minus?
407 game streak that he had a turnover. The longest since turnovers have been recorded.
I'm sorry, he's a point guard.
Walter.
I'm sorry he's too fast for you, and he takes off and he jumps before he passes, and then all of a sudden you guys aren't even there yet.
Yeah, that's lack of basketball IQ. Lack of basketball IQ. Yes, out of control.
Please.
Yeah, there's a certain pace to playing point guard, man.
It's not his fault that he's got Jared Dudley on the team, and he's got freaking Carmelo who won't defend anybody. And you know what? Malik Monk, who's starting to average 20 points a game, who's giving him the ball? It's Westbrook. Who's getting him open. So you're welcome, Malik Monk. Please miss me on that.
Hey, don't forget our new pickup, Stanley Johnson, man. That's the real MVP of the season so far.
You guys also have Trevor Ariza, right?
Yep, he just started his first game.
He's playing now?
Yeah, he's back.
Okay.
He just made his first start since 2009 with the Lakers.
If it was like NBA 2K15, it would be over with the Lakers. But
go pick up Boogie. What's Boogie Cousins doing now? He got waived.
He's playing at Milwaukee. He's playing really well in Milwaukee.
He got waived.
He got waived.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got waived
that's
2
unfortunate.
days ago. Yeah, and the Bucks came out and said we liked him a lot. We don't know why we don't know why he did it. So who knows what we're taking from that news?
Okay.
I mean, you know what? You got Austin Reeves, the guy who hit a game winner.
Billy Kobe.
Yep, in Dallas.
That pained me a lot just as a human being. See, OU guy had a shot. Gets a game winner.
Yeah.
Hey, Calvin, beautiful. I was happy that you guys beat Notre Dame.
Thanks, Walt.
I actually cheered for you guys. Come on.
We get into
That was a weird.
Hear my full take on the Fiesta Bowl recap on the kitchen.
I'm glad Joel is
critically acclaimed.
Third shout out. We started talking about trade possibilities, and then we went into, of course, Joel throwing in the Westbrook into the trade rumors, and then we went down the Westbrook rabbit hole, as we usually do at this point in the podcast.
You don't deserve Westbrook, Joel. You don't deserve him. He's going to lead you to a title.
Okay,
he's getting better.
Yeah, SGA, we'll take him. Trade, make it happen.
No, we would give you guys Derek Favors and a couple of our first-round picks.
So you're admitting that my text message was correct, that SGA is a better point guard than Russell Westbrook in the year 2022?
No. I'd say they're both elite point guards. I'm not trading SGA for Russell Westbrook, though.
Thank you. So you're admitting it. You're admitting
no.
You're admitting it without admitting it. I dig it. No. We'll leave it with that.
That's what I'm doing. I'm a good
win.
GM.
That's a win for me.
No win for you.
All right. I just want to ask a quick just trivia question here just to have fun with. Who is older, Avery Bradley or Russell Westbrook?
Oh, they got to be about the same age. They got to be really close.
I'm going to go with Avery Bradley.
I don't even remember what school Avery Bradley went to.
Texas. It's Westbrook. Westbrook's older. No. Westbrook's older. Westbrook's older for sure.
Was Avery Bradley on the team with Kevin Durant?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm going Westbrook.
Westbrook's older for sure.
Yeah, Westbrook's older. Because
Westbrook is older.
Durant.
Yeah. Yeah, Westbrook's older. It just kind of blew my mind. I thought Avery Bradley, of course, 6'3" shooting guard who can play some good defense, of course, but I mean, he's not on Westbrook's level. I'm not saying that, but I just am shocked that Bradley is a guy who was out of the league for a couple days here over the summer or whatever it may be. You know, he's actually younger than Westbrook, but just because Westbrook's still not 35. I think I'm doing math right here. So,
Calvin, it's also a great time to bring up Joel and I's bet too. Just a friendly reminder.
It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good for me.
No.
Can you restate the bet?
Remind me of this
bet was Joel said the Thunder were going to have the worst record in the NBA.
In the West.
No, you said in the NBA, and then you sent me the freaking video.
In the West. I didn't say the West. It didn't say the West?
No,
check that video.
You said
I'm pretty sure it said West.
NBA. You said and then I responded.
The Pistons got you covered on that.
So the Thunder have like a 6-game lead on the worst record in the NBA.
I think the Rockets have them too. Yeah, Rockets are
we
still
did
2
check
games
the
back.
tape.
Rockets are still 2 games back, and then the Magic and Pistons both are looking to still get double-digit wins 37 games into the season.
Poor Cole Anthony. Get him on a better team.
Man,
Yeah.
Cade's a bust. Am I right? Josh Giddey's better than him.
You just trying to make Calvin mad.
That's this new thing. I love it because Cade's so much better than.
I mean, has Cade gotten 14 rebounds in a game before? Has he gotten 14 rebounds in all?
What are
his
we
games?
doing? What are we doing? What are we doing here? We're doing stat trivia on a guy who gets more playing time than the other guys.
Right.
Cade hasn't played.
So he's not good enough to make the floor. Is that what you're saying?
He's been injured or health and safety protocols. That's been the issue.
I'm
And
being
he's
honest.
been healthy.
He's really good at holding Isaiah Stewart back.
True.
Y'all threw the Magic out there. I haven't watched a Magic game. How's Jalen Suggs doing?
Not great.
He
Not
broke his
great.
thumb, right?
Wagner or Franz Wagner, the guy in Michigan.
I know he's killing it. He's
crushing it.
I think Suggs broke his thumb.
Like he's out right this moment.
I
or
think
broken
he's
his
out.
back? Oh, he's
But I agree. I have not been watching the Magic either. So
yeah. I was just curious.
I'm currently doing some research while we're recording. Yeah, just to figure that out. Because I'm with you. There's a weird. Actually, the Magic and Pistons play each other on Saturday. So who's going to have the worst record in the league? Well, I'll know after the game. Because one team will have to lose.
one thing's for sure, it's not the Thunder.
One team will have to win, and that'll help my bet.
The Thunder are going for a play-in game. We're going to go to it too, Joel. We'll go to the play-in game.
Oh, I'll be there. I told you I was at the New Year's Eve game versus the Knicks. Got the dub. I'm telling these cheap tickets, man. Me and Julian try to go every couple of weeks. We're there.
Yeah. So just to go through here, Jalen Suggs, Magic head coach Jamal Mosley said this Tuesday, that Suggs is progressing slowly through his rehab for his fractured right thumb he suffered November 29th.
So that's why they're at the bottom of the East, because he's been missing so many games. See, when Jalen comes back, they'll get him back on board. Yep.
He's missed like a month.
And then he's going to come for that bet win for me, Walter.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till Jalen comes back. That 7 ain't going to be 7 for much longer.
Thunder have almost doubled the wins of the Magic.
Oof.
And the Pistons.
Yeah,
6
but
more wins.
The Thunder are going to do what they did last year. Tank mode's coming soon. Everybody's all sick, and a 1 week injury turns into a 1 month injury real fast.
I think the Thunder are 3 games back of a play-in game. I think they're going for it.
We're talking about a Magic team that has Admiral Schofield getting minutes. So I don't know. There's room for debate.
Admiral Schofield.
He's the guy from Star Wars.
He played.
I heard a thing
Admiral
recently
Akbar.
that said that on the ranking list, the 541st ranked player in the NBA got minutes because of all of the
10 days
health and safety protocol issues.
Well, I mean, we're talking about
literal bottom.
Well, I mean, shoot, Gerald Green unretired and quit as an assistant coach to go to the G League to get a 10-day and go back to the NBA. I mean, that's kind of where we're at.
I mean, Jason Kidd offered Dirk Nowitzki a contract last night. It's rough.
I saw that.
Oh my gosh! How about that statue?
Salute to Dirk last night.
What about
cool.
the statue?
It is a good
Walter?
job.
What about the Dirk statue, Walter? What are you getting at here? Are you on Twitter a little bit more than me, maybe?
There's something wrong with that statue. That's all I'm going to say.
What's so?
I'll leave it. I'll leave it up
There's
to the Twitter birds.
too many balls on the statue.
Yes,
Does
that's
that bother
exactly right.
It bothers a lot of people. On Twitter.
I'm just saying it reminds me of the mistake that they made down here. You know, there's that thing downtown, that circular thing, and it's got the letters OKC, but you can rearrange those letters, and if it's extra, it spells out something else.
Only if you got the mind of a 13-year-old.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
have
clear
you been
as
on
day.
Twitter before?
So,
have you been on the
been
Twitter
on
platform?
Twitter before?
It's literally a bunch of people who have the same mindset as whenever I want to feel young again, I go on Twitter.
But yeah, shout out to Dirk. I'm glad he got his jersey retired finally.
Is the statue outside yet? I know they gave
No.
him
They have a
No,
model of
he-
it, and I
What are they
encourage
waiting for?
everyone to Google it. In fact, I can screen share through this, so hang on a second.
I saw
Well,
the miniature one, but what's the hold up on the real outside one?
Apparently, Mark Cuban wants a new arena. Apparently, he doesn't want to put it out there until because they want a new arena. Apparently, that's
The arena's nice. I like the arena.
I don't know. I've never been to it.
I've been to 2 Mavericks games and a Kanye concert in that thing. I love that arena.
American Airlines, yeah, it's
Yeah.
not bad at all. Yeah,
No,
it's
they
pretty
need
good.
to. I mean, if it's nice, it's nice. But I think it'd be really cool if they moved it to where the baseball stadium, and the football stadium is.
Yeah, that area is booming. There's a lot, and there's a
Texas
lot of land.
Live.
Texas Live,
There's a lot
Oh
of
my
land
gosh,
up
we
there.
have so
Live.
much fun there.
Texas
True.
Live, yeah. Yeah, Will
Unfortunately,
Polk
my next trip to Dallas won't involve that. But
Will Polk went to Texas Live with PJ. Did you know that, Walter?
Will, is that the Will that was PJ's groomsman?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, I was there with him.
I know. I'm sorry. Lily, that could not have gone worse. I was trying.
Shout out to Will. He just
Anyway.
got engaged. I think we already gave him a shout out once before, though.
He was literally on a podcast last night. Episode came out. this
What?
morning.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What were you guys
Yeah.
discussing? Go ahead, plug another podcast, Calvin.
The
It's
Big
okay to
12.
do that here.
Big 12 football. Yeah, it's okay for me to plug my own. Yeah. We did a Big 12 football wrap up podcast.
Oh, with you
With
and
Will
Jake
Polk.
and you, Jake and Will.
Will and I. Yep.
Very nice.
Jake knows
So
Will somehow. I don't have no idea how.
So he's really delaying the statue from an arena that has no plans.
Correct.
I don't know. Maybe that's
There's
kinda
no
what-
plans.
That's what I heard.
That could be years. That could be
Well, maybe
5
not.
years
Then.
from now.
Maybe that's not the reason, Joel. I don't know.
That's the dumbest thing.
Maybe
It's that hard to move a
I'm,
Sounds like
statue.
Mark
I'm just
Cuban.
saying that's what I heard.
Just
I'm not saying
unscrew it
that's-
from the ground and move it. What the
No,
hell?
Just
I-
unscrew.
That's- I don't
It's
get it,
true.
man.
It is that simple. I don't know why we're just doing it that way.
Why did it take Barry Sanders so long to get a statue? I don't know.
I'll leave that one to Calvin. He got the insight on that one.
Dude, great question, man. Excellent. Bien pregunta, sir. Great question. Anyways, with that being said here, who's your guys' pick to basically to win MVP this year? That's really what we want to talk about.
Kevin Durant.
I think before the season I said Kevin Durant, and I'm going to stick with Kevin Durant. I'll have to re-listen to our podcast back in October, but I'm sticking with Kevin, with Joel.
The snake.
He's a
Cupcake.
killer.
Yes,
Hey, I
yes.
don't hate him as much as I hate that, the new Tebow.
What do you keep going? Fully flesh out your
Well, remember what I said in the beginning. Lincoln Riley's
it
new
basketball
nickname is
related?
Tebow. That's his nickname.
It's a-
So I don't think he's as much of a snake as Tebow, the new Tebow.
You are really salty about that OU news, man.
I'm not
You are
salty.
so
I'm
salty,
not- I'm
dude.
not
Very,
salty.
very salty.
You've brought
Like
in
a lot of
Lincoln-
sodium
the
happening.
You
coaching
have
staff
brought in
is
Lincoln
better
Riley
now.
twice into this NBA podcast. You yourself.
Well, because I thought I was doing a catch-up episode, which I'm sure we'll do that tomorrow. So
Okay.
be ready for it.
You're
That
right,
wasn't a
everyone.
plug, Calvin.
For anyone
Critically acclaimed, by the way.
by our parents. For
I think just to be different, because they both said Kevin Durant, I'm just going to say Steph, even though he's having this little shooting slump over the last 2 games, just because he's hit so many huge accolade milestones this season. But I would say in terms of more valuable player, whenever Steph's not playing well, the Warriors are still playing well. Whenever Durant is not playing well, it feels like the Nets suffer more.
That's a really good point. I think this could be the Steph season. He's the leading MVP vote getter above all guys. So I know it shouldn't be a popularity award. It should be like MVP because Jokic won it last year with amazing stats. Jokic has even better stats this season. But with all that being said, like DeMar DeRozan's not getting it, right?
I wish.
So-
No.
Yeah, I think we wish it was more like that, but Antetokounmpo is probably not getting it. And then when I look at the Eastern Conference as a whole, leading vote getter is KD. So probably go. My pick for MVP right now would be KD, but I also think there's definitely a lot of room for discussion about it being LeBron. I know it's an older thing to say. I know it's like not as much fun topic, but I don't know. I'm surprised Joel
He's
didn't
putting
just
it
chime
work
in
for
going for sure.
37. I will give him that.
It's almost like a career accomplishment award if he wins MVP this season. Like if he plays 70 games, can he play 70 games right now?
Aaron Rodgers got the MVP award last year. He's pretty old.
So of course, the Lakers love LeBron, but I'm also a realist. They haven't won enough games to, in my opinion. I mean, when you're borderline 500 team, if he was really putting the team on his back, which obviously he's doing, but it
happened with Russ.
It's not equating to enough wins, in my opinion, to get MVP. Now in the race, yes, ultimately get it top 2, top 3. I'm not even going to put LeBron's name in there at this moment in time. Now, if he goes on a scoring tear and goes on like a 10-game winning streak, and next time we do a podcast, then maybe my opinion's a little different. But as of right now, I can't even put him in top 3. If I put him in top 10 MVP race.
Yeah, I have him up there in that same idea though. If the Lakers are the 4th seed in the West, right? We're talking about like, okay, you got Warriors, Suns, and then either Nuggets or Jazz, and then you have Lakers as 4 seed. Then I could see it, but I'm with you. I also think having Anthony Davis, Russ Westbrook, albeit they're not playing great, still having those 2 big names on the team means that it's like, all right, like, are we really gonna talk about MVP? Whereas with KD, I think we were talking a lot more about it because Kyrie's played 1 game this season. We're almost halfway in.
James Harden's been back from injury.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot more warranted with that too.
Yeah. I mean, if KD would have been standing like 2 feet further last season, they would have been in the finals, not the Bucks.
And then like just a couple
like
inches.
2 inches. It's like an inch. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like 2 inches.
If you wore the right size shoe, they would be in it.
A right size shoe.
How about that?
The James Harden, Kyrie, and KD have been teammates now for what we're going on. This is year 2, obviously.
Yep. And they played together like 13 games.
Yeah, 15. They're 12-3. They're 12-3, and they have a plus 114 together in those 15 games. So,
out of what? I just asked the qualification like plus 114, but like how high could that stat go? Could it go plus 1,000?
Yeah, obviously it's outcome of when they're on the court. Yeah, the plus.
Well, but I mean, but is it? Yeah, I mean, but it's the plus minus. So like they could be negative 30 or something, right? Like it's just kind of. But like, is plus 114 the highest in the league by far and away? It sounds like it would be, right? I mean, they're 12-3, and we don't see them all that often. But I figured it'd be the best stat by far.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm always just curious about the plus minus because you have like the night that the Thunder lost by 70 or whatever to the Grizzlies, every single Thunder guy had a negative 50 or something. I was like, I didn't even know plus minus went that far, negative or plus, to be honest. So I was curious.
Hey, the Thunder won the rematch.
They did.
And
they
SGA made jaw dance. I'm just saying.
And in like 2 years, whenever we're talking about, oh my gosh, can you believe that the Houston Rockets lost by more than the Thunder did 2 seasons ago? That's going to be crazy. And that's the only time we'll bring up the stat again, right?
Okay, sounds good.
Maybe.
Or the Clippers, when the Clippers in like 2-3 seasons lose,
Oh, yeah.
70 or 80.
Blow up that's what we need to talk about. Just blow up the Clippers.
I do think it's
trade Paul George, trade Kawhi, trade them all.
Trade them all, please do. With another topic here is, would you pick the Cavs or the Wizards in a 7-game series? And the reason why I'm just bringing this up is because the Cavs are definitely on the rise, and the Wizards, I think at least, maybe everyone agrees or not, are definitely in a weird stagnated position where they still are trying to move out from the Westbrook contract. Basically, to try, they traded John Wall for Westbrook. Now they traded Westbrook, and now they're got a bunch of pieces together. They beat the Thunder, unfortunately, in OKC, but Wizards seem to be kind of at a more stagnant spot, and the Cavs seem to be on the rise.
I would lend it to the Cavs definitely to win a 7-game series. They have more veterans and they have a better coach, I would say. It is so weird to see a team with like 4 centers that play consistently. I didn't think that would work, but they make it work. And that's really cool. But I think the Wizards are too young and don't have enough depth.
I also don't think the Wizards haven't drafted extremely well either.
Mm-hmm.
Not like they've had the availability. I mean, who was drafted after Danny Avdija, right? Like, I couldn't tell you.
They got Corey Kispert this year,
which hasn't been a bad pickup.
And isn't Rory Hachimura still hurt?
Well, not hurt, but like choosing not to play. There's been like some personal reason.
Huh.
Yeah, Rui. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, following up with Zev, I would take the Cavs as well.
I would be interested to see a play-in game between the two and see what happened.
Yeah. It sucks. Rubio was playing one of his best seasons until
I
his ACL.
know.
But they still got Garland, Sexton, their young draft pick from what was his name from USC?
Mm-hmm. Oh crap!
I don't know. I hate USC again.
Evan Mobley.
So, yeah, Mobley.
Yeah.
That's rookie of the year right there, easily.
Yeah, he's the only rookie that's got like a winning record.
True.
Well, we'll see where Giddey ends up, but
all these
he
other
had
rookies.
14 rebounds
seriously,
last night.
seriously. Franz in Orlando, last in the East. Jalen Green, last in the West. Kate Cunningham, second to last in the East. It's like, come on, Duarte, Indiana. I mean, struggling. 12th, 13th in the East. I mean, Jalen Suggs.
Joel,
Evan
give
Mobley.
me some Giddey. Joel, give me some
Evan
Giddey.
Mobley, baby.
You've seen him play. You know he's got the goods.
Helping him to the playoffs.
Davion Mitchell.
Off night is impressive, but not rookie of the year.
11th in the West.
Well, yeah. I mean, to go into Joel's point though, why can I not remember? Who did the Warriors take? Gosh, Kuminga. Kuminga's the highest up drafted guy who's, of course, on a winning team. We know that, but he's not getting minutes, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, it has nothing to do. The winning of the Warriors has nothing to do with Jonathan.
Yeah, nothing at all.
The winning in Cleveland has a lot to do with Evan Mobley
and Jared Allen.
Right. Well, I'm talking about the rookies, but yeah.
Hey, Joel.
Yeah.
And Taco Fall and Ed Davis.
LeBron wins the title with the Lakers. Do you think
And
he goes to the Cavs in the offseason?
No, he's staying in LA. I don't see any way that.
With the recent flop of Space Jams 2, you think he's like, I'm done with films.
Flop?
Give me back
you
to the
talking
Cavs.
About flop, man. That was almost arguably better than the first one.
Are you like the director of Squid Games?
Joel,
is this a dig that I didn't know about?
Joel, someone at the arena, I don't know who it was, that second game, yelled out at LeBron, "You ruined Space Jams." That was said.
One person. I mean,
they should have kicked him out.
No, they agreed. Everyone in the stadium immediately agreed.
Yeah, and they were all 40 years or older, probably. Man, you gotta look at it. If you got kids, man, kids loved it. I'm tired of all these 35, 40, 45-year-olds judging it just because they love Michael Jordan. Yes, we all love Michael Jordan, but
I'm not going to say
hold
the
that
age
against
of
the quality of Space Jam 2, man.
The quality?
You didn't hear the soundtrack?
Okay, soundtrack. That's quality of the movie. Okay.
I listen to the soundtrack every day with my 3-year-old, man.
There you go.
Space Jam: A New Legacy premiered in Los Angeles on July 12th, 2021. The film has grossed over 162 million worldwide and received generally negative reviews from critics.
That's got to be
heavily criticized its screenplay and excessive product placement of studios' intellectual properties.
Excessive.
What's the Rotten Tomatoes score?
Hold up. Though the animation, voice acting, and visual effects were highly praised.
Thank you.
Zendaya carried the film.
I love how when LeBron fell down into the ground, instead of putting a hole in the ground, there's a Nike sign. I love that, man. That was perfect. I loved it.
That's what you call a commercial.
LeBron's a walking commercial. That's perfect.
Yes, he is.
I mean, he's commercial for what, Liverpool and the Boston Red Sox now too.
Hey, didn't he go in on the Wizards announcer earlier today?
Yeah, I think he has the right to go in on him because of what
that was crazy. I don't.
Wait, he's coming back.
Why does it say giddy up? Has it been saying giddy up the whole time?
Yes, he put down his name as giddy up.
We'll just leave him like that then.
He's coming back.
Sorry,
we got him back. No, we got him back.
I'm still getting over my cold. I'm sorry, guys. It's I'm losing my voice though, so we're gonna have to wrap up soon here. I'm losing it.
You're good. You came
we're
back.
Having fits.
We're all good.
We're not good.
Let's answer. Okay.
My throat is dry.
Drink some water. It's pretty simple. Look,
I have. It makes it worse. I have. It makes it worse, Joel.
I think he here's okay. So here is the deal about Space Jam Rotten Tomatoes score. All right. So the tomato meter, which is what Walter's talking about here, has 25%.
Yep.
I was close.
The audience score has 79%. So
Let's go.
the audience
Let's go. That's me. I'm part of the
really
audience.
loved it. Yeah.
That's me.
But
Compare it to Space Jam 1. What's the score for Space Jam 1?
Rotten Tomatoes wasn't out. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, they go back and do the old film.
That was before tomatoes existed.
They go back.
before they could go rotten. Let's see. I got him. Let's see.
You're really
Soundtrack
doing
can't
it too.
beat R. Kelly.
Calvin's really doing
soundtrack.
it too.
I'm really trying.
It's a good way to end the podcast.
Wait, I do have a trivia, but let's see. Space Jam 1. So Space Jam 1, the tomato meter is 45%.
Hey, double.
And the audience score is 63%.
Told
So
Oh.
Told you.
yeah. So
They both suck.
Okay.
I think that the new one was just a little bit too long because it's 30
definitely
minutes
was long.
longer than the first. It's 30
Yeah,
minutes longer
it's a
than
big-
the first
yeah, it
one.
was a big
That's the
difference.
issue.
I
That's the
agree.
issue.
I agree.
But it's still a lot of fun. Both are fun movies. I think we were going into it and you're going like, are they going to win an Oscar? That's the wrong conversation we're having about Space Jam, right?
Exactly. It's a kids. That's why I have to tell everybody. It's a dang kids movie. Come on, guys.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and also like if in the future SGA or Josh Giddey or Jeremiah Earl Robinson, excuse me. Walter's coughing here, so I'm going to leave him alone.
Yeah,
for a
don't
second.
forget
What are you
Aaron
doing?
Wiggins.
Walter,
Don't
what are
forget
you
Aaron
doing?
Yeah,
Wiggins.
he's coughing. He's
Is
I
he
have a little
though?
bit of a dry
Is he?
throat from a
Is he
cold.
coughing though? His voice sounds fine. I don't know. It sounds like an over exaggerated over there.
He's being polite here for all of the listeners. Yeah.
It
Yeah, I
sounds-
don't want you to catch this cold, Joel.
It sounds like he's milking it to me.
Honestly, I was thinking about
Through the
wearing a mask
webcam,
during this
catch a
thing.
cold. Here we go.
Walter probably called in every day this week.
Nope, sure didn't.
Walter,
I
how
can still
about
work
that?
from home, so I'm good.
How about that beard, man?
Yeah, I
It's-
know,
it's
right?
getting the, yeah, man.
I never thought that Walter's beard would be longer than mine.
Oh God,
Is it?
my life's mission's been to grow a beard the size of Zev's.
I trimmed recently. It was
Zeb's is well groomed. Walter,
and
yours
beefy.
is getting a little.
Oh, I know. It's
Yeah.
look. I need a haircut. I was gonna get a haircut and then I got a cold. And I don't want to go to the barber with cold,
Just put a mask
especially
on.
during COVID times.
Put a mask on.
Well, how's he gonna do my beard?
It's a good point.
valid.
All right. So I have one last question here. I have one last question here to end out the podcast then for everyone. And that is, and there's a follow-up to this as well, but is Zion Williamson a bust? A lot of thinking here.
Not like a Greg Oden or like a who else am I thinking of? A Dario Saric kind of bust. But
Anthony
like
Bennett.
oof.
I mean, I think more of a Greg.
I would
Oden
say
at this point,
no
but yeah.
because he played well initially, and it's
Yeah.
his own behavior subsequent to when he played well that is making him a bust now. I think it's different than some other players who just weren't good to start off with.
Because he shined. He's
Right,
He's an all-star last year. He was an
Yeah.
all-star. Averaged
Yeah,
20.
I
He averaged
think-
27 points a game
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah,
I
I'll say
think,
too
I
soon.
think a similar thing is happening to what happened to Shaq early on in his career, where there's a lot of talent, but there's just like not the drive that he maybe should have to keep up with his body, which is I think what happened to Shaq when he and Kobe separated. I think that if he was in better shape and if he made some better choices off the court, then I think he would be fine.
Here's the thing with Zion, and this is just personal opinion. He all the interviews I've heard when he was in high school, obviously a year at Duke and a couple years he's been in the NBA now. He sounds immature. I don't know if that makes any sense. He almost sounds like a teenager still, even at this point in time. So I'm curious of his maybe his support group, perchance on the professional level. Obviously, I know tremendous success on the high school level. Obviously, getting a Duke, of course, there's people there, but I almost feel like there might have been like a plateau or maybe a step down on his support group on the NBA level to even get to this point. Obviously, I know with injuries, there's only so much you can do to prevent injuries, but the weight gain is what I was most concerned about this, the last 12 months or so. That can't happen when you're talking about you're literally a multimillionaire, the face of a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
That just can't happen. Got his own shoe. That just can't happen. That can't happen. So I'm curious about his support group. I don't know anything. I don't know married kids, mom, dad. I don't know none of that. But just from just things I picked up on his interviews, he just sounded very, very immature.
I think his rise of how immediate and instant he went from being just like an overnight sensation, right? I mean, LeBron.
He was definitely one of the first like viral.
Like LeBron was LeBron. Credit to him for the end of time because he handled all that situation perfectly, right? But Zion, I mean, he has a dunk in a church look like G League gym, go viral. He's gaining, I think, 1 million followers or 2 million followers within a year, and everything. And then he goes to Duke. Of course, he has the shoe issue at Duke. Then he comes back. Then
that's right.
He has other stuff. The curiosity I have now is that, of course, he's not going to say, hey, I'm out of shape. He's definitely going to have a rehab away from the team right now in Portland, Oregon, which I don't think he's from, so it's got to be
North Carolina. He's from North Carolina.
Right. Well, so he's training not home, not with the team, right? So it's odd but good, just a little interesting. But
I can tell you why he's not training in New Orleans, Calvin.
Well, yeah, because he's got to keep away from the beignets, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I would gain 100 pounds if I was in New Orleans. That food is good.
Say it
That's
again,
my
Walt.
contribution.
Walt, say it again.
That food is good. Those po' boys still ain't lying.
It is. I don't think I would have lost any weight if I moved to New Orleans.
So that's my contribution to the subject. So there you go.
Yeah, he's played 85 games though, so it's not like he's played nothing. He's got his field goal percentage is 60%. His 3-point percentage is better than Westbrook's this year, but it's 33%. So he just has to get on the court. There's no way he currently weighs 285, right? And as a fellow left-hander, I want to see him on the court.
Is he like 6'7", 6'6", 6'7"?
6'6". Yeah, this is what basketball reference has him.
Well, people have been saying that some people are reporting that he has gained quite a bit of weight, and some people are saying that he hasn't. So I'm not really sure. I haven't really seen any photos of him recently, so I don't know.
One of those bad angle photos. Remember James Harden had that situation last year where his gut, like, it's just a bad angle.
Maybe I don't know.
Have you seen look a little bit like a bad angle? I definitely have not worn baby blue since then.
Have you seen photos of him recently? Taken within the last month?
Who, Zion? No.
Yeah, he hasn't been in New Orleans.
Maybe he's disappearing to go shed some lbs.
I don't know.
Here's what's about to happen. CJ McCollum for Ben Simmons, Damian Lillard for Zion. Zion and Ben resurrect their careers in Portland, Oregon.
Together? What in the world is this crazy mad scientist idea? Neither of these guys are known for 3-point shooting. We know that, right?
Hey, they got Zev's guy, Powell.
Don't call him my guy.
Yeah, no, forever he's Zev's guy. I agree with Joel.
Yeah, Zev's guy, Norman Powell.
Great.
6'3", small forward. Yeah, Norman Powell. Yeah.
I just thought about it when Walter said I haven't seen any photos of Ben Simmons, a video or nothing of Ben. He's like literally on what's it called when you disappear? What's it called?
Disappear without a trace?
No, there's a word for it.
Go
with the
ghost?
government. With the government. What's it called?
You go ghost?
Walter. Wake up, Walter. Are you sleeping?
Sounds like witness protection.
Thank you. Witness. Wake your ass up, man.
I'm okay. Just need a throat lozenge.
WPA. Well, all right. Well, we'll just sum it up then. I do agree. I think it's too early, but at this point, all four of us are taking Ja over Zion, right?
Oh, good.
Like, Ja looks like he could be the best point guard in the Western Conference here in 2 seasons, and he might actually be by the end of this season, to be honest. I mean, he's not going to be because there's Steph and plenty of other guys, but
he's not better than Shea. I don't know.
I love you, Walt, and I am a Thunder fan for life, but I will disagree heartily.
Well, did you see the last time that they just played against each other?
That's not the only thing that makes someone better than the other.
Yeah, I mean, they literally played each other and one played better. So, I mean, that's literally the definition.
This was one game.
Well, I mean, he's done it multiple games to him. So, I'm going SGA, but, that's okay.
Walter, Ja Morant is like SGA's NBA Finals.
We'll come back next. We'll come back next podcast with like a wish list, like an NBA wish list. But my wish list is for the Grizzlies and the Thunder to play each other in a series when SGA and Ja are both on.
That would be a throwback, man.
It would be a throwback.
Played them in a series since Zach Randolph.
Yeah, it would be a throwback. It should be a lot of fun because both teams are so young and have completely revamped roster, except for we get Steven Adams back in OKC for a game or two. That'd be fun.
That would be.
Really Calvin, I know we're wrapping up the podcast tonight, but I'm really disappointed that you're missing a major topic that we could have had tonight.
The Bulls?
Everybody's favorite 10-day contract that's happened.
Oh.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah, that sounds like a Joel top 5 that he could have done.
Yeah.
I really the next podcast, ranking. I'm going to hit up you guys for the outline. Because Zev threw out a great idea. Joel, that's a great one. Walt's.
Yep. Sorry, I should have thought about that.
I'm really surprised that Nate Robinson hasn't made an appearance.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah, no, we do a power listings for the top 10 so far, and then a top 10 we want to see.
There you go.
Terrell Owens. Yeah, T.O.
You said T.O.?
Oh, I'd love to see like an Andrew Bynum.
No, we need to get Randy Moss. He played with Jason Williams. I think that would be good.
The Paul brothers? You want Jake and Logan Paul?
No, basketball.
That is not what I said. I said Randy Moss.
I was trying to be funny because Terrell Owens reached out to Tom Brady earlier this week saying he'll come back and play on the Bucks. No.
Dude, get J. Cole on his squad. He'd do well.
I mean, I still think
he played for the Pistons.
He almost dunked at the All-Star game a couple years ago.
Oh, Bow Wow, get like Mike.
Oh my God!
Hey, what's the Rotten Tomato score on that movie?
One moment.
That one's like 20%. That's a great one. That's a great film.
I think Rotten Tomatoes does not lend itself to being a high score total for like Mike.
God, they ruined it.
The
with
audience
the
score could be high though.
What do they call that LA team? The Knights?
Yeah, the Knights.
And shout out to
the same colors as the Clippers.
So, yeah, like Mike, not well received. Tomato meter is 57%, so it still is a Rotten Tomato.
Better than
that's better than Space Jam.
It's better. It's better by a little bit. The audience score though is 52%, and the what to know consensus is a pleasant and innocuous diversion for kids, but adults may have trouble sitting through the movie's predictable plot lines and
innocuous for kids.
Clearly, somebody who wrote the what to know is definitely 70 plus.
Hey, there's some big time actors in that. The dude from Breaking Bad's in there. Eugene Levy's in there.
Morris Chestnut.
Little Bow Wow.
Morris Chestnut.
The guy from the Anaconda movie.
Directed by
the guy from the Anaconda movie.
Yeah,
Morris Chestnut.
Okay, that's his name. I didn't know his name. I'm sorry. His name is what? His Tracy in the movie. That's his character's name. It's the player's name.
Wait, is that the
Tracy
kid that's
Reynolds?
Also in
Tracy Reynolds. That's it.
I got.
Isn't the kid from Stuart Little in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Gotta be.
Here's a maybe a question for next time. Favorite basketball movie of all time.
There you go. We got two topics lined up.
Have we done that before? I feel like we might have sports movie.
We might have went out in sports movies. But okay, so topics for next time. I'll lay you guys up. But that being said, who are you guys picking for the worst team in the NBA competition here this Saturday? Picking the up and coming Detroit basketball Pistons or the Franz Wagner and Michigan alum or Michigan player, Orlando Magic.
Well, considering
I just
Michigan,
want to see another good Isaiah Stewart fight. I mean, it'll be good.
Yeah, when LeBron hits him in the head again, accidentally or on purpose, we'll see.
If Jalen Suggs plays, they're winning.
He's not He's not coming. He's
All
not
right,
coming back
this is
that
probably
quick.
winning.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Cake on him. Let's go.
Cade, you got the Oklahoma State stuff. Clearly, Oklahoma State's behind me. So yeah, I'm taking the Pistons here. Of course. Walt?
Considering how bad Michigan lost in the CFP, I'm going to go with the Magic.
College football, NBA.
Oh, yeah, they're connected.
You are so butthurt about this Lincoln Riley thing. It's unreal.
How does that have
much
to do anything with Lincoln Riley?
Because you
I
keep
told you
bringing
the
down
coaching
it's
staff
college
is better.
football, man.
The coaching staff is better now.
It's an NBA podcast, my guy.
I'm sorry. I thought we were on the
Oh, we're getting the music.
Thanks so much
Got
for listening
confused.
to the latest episode of the CGA Tour podcast of the Big Three in OKC with Walter, Joel, and Zev, and myself, of course, here, Calvin. Thank you so much, and please follow out the CGA Tour on Twitter and Instagram for more. We'll catch you guys again soon. Peace.
Greg Monroe had a 10-day contract. Unbelievable.
He's had two. Isn't
Isn't he currently playing for the Wizards?
Yes, he's on the Wizards. Yes.
And he said he didn't know his teammates on the Timberwolves. He said he didn't know their names.
How do you not know who Karl Anthony Towns is?
Well, he knew that guy, but there was some other guy he didn't know.